the Lakers are about to shock the world as they take on the Denver Nuggets here in this first round series, this rematch, as you would. And I'm here with Jaya Tewari, and she's a little bit more pessimistic about the Lakers' chances, but I, for one, have four reasons why the Lakers could win this series. Jaya, what's going on? What's happening?
I mean, I am feeling a lot more pessimistic about our team than you are. I'd love to hear your reasons first before I kind of be a Debbie Downer. But I mean, hey, I want to have faith in the team. I am in no way rooting against us. I don't know. I'm not feeling great about it, but let's hear you. Let's see if you can convince me otherwise.
Of course. But before we get into all of that, I just want to remind our viewers here, there's 75% of you guys who have recently watched our videos but not subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news, reactions, game recaps, just every and all things Lakers, guys, you want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you guys do not miss any of it. Now, for those reasons, so first and foremost, I just want to set it up this way is, do you think the Lakers have a chance? And me, short answer is yes. And I think a big reason why is their offense. The Lakers' offense is a lot better this season. Ever since they put Rui Hachimura into the starting lineup, along with D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves, they've just been a lot better, especially knocking down three-point shots, being more efficient in the offensive end, way less turnovers. And I do think this is a very big deal compared to last season, because last year they were running groups with like Dennis Schroeder, Jared Vanderbilt, guys who aren't really known as shooters. So I think that can make a very big difference, because the Nuggets would have to guard the Lakers on the other end.
And it's no question that our offense is in way better shape than it was last season, especially since LeBron is significantly healthier right now than he was during last postseason. Last postseason, he was around, but he was not in good shape. And we just having him back at his peak, even though he was out with a couple injuries, he's been playing incredible, ridiculous stats for his age. We've discussed his age extensively, and just how high his quality of play is, just how dominant he is on the floor. It's really gonna be such a great oh man, I'm blanking on the phrase. He's gonna be a great addition back to the floor, and his offense is really just gonna, I think, not to overhype LeBron, but really be a major reason why we do have a shot at this series. Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned some of our other guys that are out that were playing last season, like Vanderbilt's out. Unfortunately, on defense, that is not going to be as great. I was really hoping to have him back on defense for this series, but his injury has definitely put us back a wee bit. But our offense is looking solid and super strong. Okay.
I want to obviously piggyback on that LeBron point you said. You're right, though, to hype him up, because he shot a career high in his 21st season, 41% from the three-point line. So that is definitely an improvement. Him playing 70-plus games, him just being more healthier than he was coming into that Nuggets series last year. Because coming in off of last year, he was coming out of those two series, obviously went against the Memphis Grizzlies, who was a very physical young team. And then the next series, you're playing against Draymond and Andrew Wiggins, so you're just going back and forth with these athletes. But now they're coming in a lot more fresh. LeBron's a little bit more fresh. Anthony Davis is more fresh. The games are spread out. It's not every other day for the Lakers. It's they'll have, I think, game 1 and game 2 I think about a day apart. But then game 2 to game 3, it's going to be a couple of days, and that's going to be very big for a Laker team that has a LeBron James in year 21. So he's going to be able to get that needed rest, and that can bode well for the Lakers.
Totally, yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the point of us kind of being fresh, because I think the fact that we're playing the Nuggets in the first round of playoffs is actually a huge bonus for us. We have a lot more energy. We're not tired from rolling through some other teams first. Obviously, we had the play-in, but that's not a full series, and so, which, by the way, play-in was amazing. I think it is setting some good expectations for the series so far, but I don't know. I'm gonna agree with everything you said there. I really think being against them first round is great. Also, first round against the Nuggets, though, that did cause some tension and conspiracies going around about the play-in. So, real quick detour. What are your thoughts there? Do you think we should have tanked that game to not play the Nuggets first round? How are you feeling about that? I know Ham was super angry at all those theories.
Oh, yes, yeah. He called them, what is it, insane asylum sources or something like that?
Something along those lines.
But, so, yeah, just that whole idea and like philosophy, like I think that's just very negative and bad for basketball. Like you don't lose on purpose if you want to get to the ultimate goal. Because like if you honestly think that the Lakers are going to go all the way, then you have to go through all the teams. And Denver, maybe it is like they're the hardest team, but like they are one of the teams that you have to go to. So you don't want to duck no smoke, duck no fades. I think Ham said that as well. So I'm glad that the Lakers did it. And then also like you don't want to be in this playing game where it can go like either one way, and then say if you have an injury, like what happened with the Pelicans or what happened with the Heat, both Jimmy Butler and Zion getting injured, and like that's an extra game that they probably didn't have to play, or just because of the play-in. So you don't want to be in those positions to where like something like that can really just change your entire outlook on your season. But that will bring me up to sort of like my next point here, and just like how things have changed for both teams, and how different the Lakers are from last year, and like why last year isn't this year. So like first and foremost, I just want to lead off and say like we're not as small as last year. We don't have Dennis Schroeder. We don't have Lonnie Walker. We have much bigger guards. We've got Spencer Dinwiddie. We've got Gabe Vincent, who really played well in the play-in, and that really got me excited. So what do you think about guys like those to be able to help with guarding a guy like a Jamal Murray, who really kills us when he plays the Lakers?
I mean, the one thing the Nuggets have on everybody is size. Like, that is undeniable. They're it's a team of giants. Like, I don't understand what's going on there. But, yeah, I think the fact that we have such good defenders, and especially considering AD is a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year right now.
He won't win, though. Unfortunately. He won't win, unfortunately.
He won't win, but he's still a candidate.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think, like, that alone is also going to help with our, like, size. He's really, like... I mean, he's going to be the one having to really carry out under the basket and guard the basket for us in that case. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to agree with what you said there about, like, just having a bigger team this year, not having some of those smaller guards is going to serve us well. But, I mean, I'm just worried about the Joker. He seems to roll through everybody, no matter how good of a defender they are, and he just takes the most disrespectful shots when he shouldn't be able to get things up. So I am worried for our defense. I kind of alluded to it earlier in the video too, but not having Vanderbilt I think is going to hurt us. I know he's obviously way smaller, everybody is, but he's just such an elite defender, and not having him I think is going to tamper our chances a bit, but I'm hoping everybody else kind of like carries
the load, yeah. I mean,
carries a load. Thank you. I don't know why I'm so stressed about this game. I'm like brain farting all my like basketball terminology right now. Yeah.
But I understand that and see like your point from like Jared Vanderbilt making a difference, but like he hasn't been playing with the Lakers I think since early February almost, and so they've kind of they've kind of had to learn how to like defend without him, and I do think some other things on their side that can help them. So like even a guy like Jackson Hayes, who isn't going to play I don't think a ton in this series, but like the minutes that he does play are going to be very important, because those are going to be minutes where he's probably going to be matched up against like an Aaron Gordon type. So like he's going to need to match him athletically, and Jackson Hayes can really do that because he's an extreme athlete. I think he is the Lakers' best athlete, so he can really help in that regard, and then help with rebounding, and then also I wouldn't say guard the Joker, but just help with just the collective size, because if you have say him and Anthony Davis on the floor together, those are just two large, lanky, and just individuals who jump high, which really help against a guy like Nikola Jokic, who if there is one thing he's bad at, it's being athletic, like vertically athletic.
I was gonna say we do have speed on the Nuggets. I think is going to serve us pretty well, and you kind of started to touch on that too. But yeah, Jokic is ridiculous, but he's not necessarily the speediest, and so our smaller guys, as big as they are, they're still super fast, and I'm hoping that we can kind of keep up like a quick pace of the game and at least outpace them in cardio. I did see that we're still training though in LA as of a couple days ago, and I thought we should have been taking those practices in Denver as soon as we could to adjust to the altitude. That was something at random I was thinking about, but I'm hoping that doesn't hurt us too much. But I still think even with the altitude and that challenge, we'll be able to kind of outpace and out-cardio the Nuggets.
Yeah, the Lakers, I think they did move at least today. So today is Friday that we're recording, but they are there as of right now. But they didn't go like right away because I think they wanted to obviously come back, have a couple of days in LA because they had a very long road trip to end the season because they went to Memphis and they stayed in New Orleans for those extra couple of days. So it was like a longer road trip than they expected. So I get why they came back but they did go there. So they're up in Denver right now. They had their shooting around there. So it's very good to see them to try to get used to that altitude, try to get used to that speed. But that kind of brings me to my last point here, and like what will be the difference. You kind of hinted at it, like with the Lakers, being more athletic, being more a little bit more faster than them, and they do play with a faster pace than Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets can get out and run and do a lot of those things, but the Lakers do have some of these like gazelle type athletes. I'm talking about a guy like Jackson Hayes, Anthony Davis. When he's moving really well, he's definitely more athletic and faster than the Joker. LeBron James, when he's not off a bad foot, like last season, coming into this season, like he's definitely going to be a little bit more bouncy, a little bit more spry. And then guys like in the backcourt who I was talking about, guys like Spencer Dinwiddie, like he's just a better athlete than Dennis Schroeder. He's bigger than him. Guys like Gabe Vincent, while he's not like a very jump high guy, he's a very fast, quick twitch guy, and that's very important when you're guarding a guy like Jamal Murray. So like I do think these things will help with the differences in the Lakers. And a big thing, D'Angelo Russell. I think
I was like, you're already even talking about our main guy.
Yes, D'Angelo Russell. I do think him just being so much better than he was last season is really going to help the Lakers really close that gap. Because if you remember last year, like all the games were fairly close, and D'Angelo Russell was non-existent. But this season, he's been like he was so good. He played himself out of trade rumors. I don't know how many players have ever done that in like their lives, but he did that.
Go for it. Sorry.
No, he did that, and then he was able to play his way out of trade rumors. So, like, what do you think how D'Angelo Russell can impact this series and him just playing
I mean, his growth this season has just been astronomical. I've made so many videos about D'Angelo. Like, when the trade rumors were going, I was adamantly putting out videos being like, if we trade him, I will personally fight Darvin Ham. Like, we can't do this. He's integral to our team. And so I'm really glad that everybody else kind of finally saw that, and he did really ramp up around the trade deadline to make sure he stayed with us. But I think just his presence on the floor is very, like, kind of like the glue. In a way, I think him and Reaves are very much, like, the glue of the Lakers. And I think that they provide a lot of, like, really awesome, like, spacing, but also, like, point and just regular guard abilities. They definitely, like, speed up the game, and their basketball IQ as well. It's just going to help us a lot. But obviously, like, Reaves's and D'Angelo's, like, scoring abilities have just gone up so much since the last playoffs, and so their offense alone is just going to be their biggest help, in addition to their other skills, just as regular guards.
No, you're right. Like, and you hit it on it perfectly, because like if D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves are hitting shots, and then you're a team like the Denver Nuggets, who you're already putting so much attention to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You don't want them to score in the paint, and then now you have these guys hitting shots outside. Then that really changes things, because now you got to guard those guys. Now you can't give too much to LeBron and AD, and if they get going, then we're in business, because you have all four of those guys going at the same time. The Lakers rarely lose those basketball games, even how good the Denver Nuggets are, and they are a very good basketball team. Like, it's LeBron talked about it a little bit, saying that they got to play mistake-free basketball, and they can't really be making too many mistakes out there on the floor. But then we talked about it here, just having that high basketball IQ is going to help from guys like Austin Reaves and D'Angelo Russell, and just all of these guys just finding a way and coming together, sort of like these past 8 weeks, is really going to help the Lakers in this series.
These guys, like you said, they've stepped up a ton in so many games when either AD or LeBron have been out with injuries, not even just stopped in game by other teams' defense, but they've just been super incredible at stepping up when they need to be, and I think that they absolutely will this playoff season too. So, I don't know, I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess.
Did I change your mind a little bit? Like, did I bring you out of the pessimism?
You're definitely making me feel better. I was pretty worried going in. I mean, the Nuggets are they're a team of giants. They're so good. They won last year. They are easily favorites to win again this year. Like, they they're a scary team to be facing first, but I'm just glad we're facing them first instead of waiting all the way through till later on. And I don't know, I have faith in LeBron being back and healthy, other players stepping up when needed, and I don't know, I'm really looking forward to this series and also not at the same time.
But yeah, like I kind of view the Denver Nuggets as like some like those older San Antonio Spurs teams, because remember they were like always good teams back in the day with like Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker. They were always very solid, very good, but they weren't unstoppable. Like they didn't win back to back at all. So they were teams that could be stopped, and that's how I think of the Denver Nuggets. They're a very good team, yes, but they could be stopped, and I think the Lakers have to do it. So, just final thoughts right here. What do you think the Lakers can do in this series? Like how many games you have them in, or if you don't have the Lakers in, and if you have Denver in this one?
Man. I don't know. I'm so torn on this. We'll definitely win a game or two. We're not getting swept like last year. It's not going to be another 4-0. But right now, I'm so worried enough to maybe not bet quite on the Lakers. Obviously, I will be cheering for them, be screaming. I'm in my purple right now. I'll be wearing purple and gold for the next month until we obviously get to the championship and win that. But I don't know. I'm worried for this series. I think the Nuggets are going to be the hardest team we'll face in the playoffs. And if we get through the Nuggets, like I really do think this will be our year. Like they're by far the hardest challenge for us. So, especially just coming off having lost to them last season, the morale factor there is also is also a big one.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm a little bit optimistic, but I'm very respectful and know how good that Nuggets team is. So I'm actually gonna say Lakers in 7. And a big reason why, just because I do think D'Angelo Russell is gonna make the difference in this series. Just his ability to be his shot making, his ability to make threes just like in a hurry. Like when D'Angelo Russell like hits those threes in succession, like it just changes the flow of the game and just changes how you guard the Lakers essentially, because you got to like get out to D'Angelo Russell, and then if you send 2 at him, like he's a great passer as well. Then it's like, oop, it's a dunk for Hachimura, or there's a dunk for AD, or there's a dunk for Jackson Hayes. So just D'Angelo Russell being a lot better is going to be a very big reason, I think, why the Lakers take this series in 7.
Hopefully we get some good postage from this series at the very least.
But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let us know what you guys think, how the Lakers are going to do in the comments down below. I have been your host, Okechi Apakama.
And I'm Jaya Tewari.
And we'll catch you guys on the next one.